Alright, I figure I'll do a video this morning. I'm out of the market this morning. Looks like the uh, the Dow and the Nasdaq are both up nicely this morning. Looking for an entry point here for me. TQQQ's up 1.34 today. My intuition's saying that we're going to have a little pullback. Probably going to be wrong. Don't know what to do here. If I buy in and then we're down 5 or 6 points, then I'm going to say, wow, that's kind of what you thought. So, but let's look and see what the chart is. So the 1 day chart, it looks like we've got a range here. So if you'll look up here, the high today was 107.55, and so we're down off of that. We're down off of the high of today. Does look like we look at the 5 day, and this is kind of what I do, is kind of look and see what's happening. So in 5 days we're up 10%. So are we looking for a little pullback here? I'm not sure. I mean, this is what a bull market does, but it would have been nice to catch this drop here, when it dropped down to 95 or whatever. So that was just on it was just what, less than 2 weeks ago. So kind of thinking I want to wait for a little pullback like this. The premiums don't seem like they're that good on the put options right now. So we haven't had volatility down to the downside, and that means that the put options are not going to sell that well, and that's hurting us to just sell the puts and make the premium as a way. So if we look at a 3-month chart, we're at 40%. So maybe just buying this thing and holding it is really what the strategy should be. If we look at a 6-month chart, we're up. So it's pretty consistent. It's volatile. I mean, this is volatile. So we're down, 7% at one point, but we're up, 67% for the 6 months. So if you catch these things, I mean, this is where you want to catch it down and then boom, back up. So buy the dips, sell the rips. Same with here, year to date. I mean, this is way down, way back up. So we're sitting at 16% year to date. This is up a little bit today. We've missed this. Right now I'm thinking I'm just gonna wait for an entry. So I'm gonna stay on the sidelines, for a day or so. Of course, you have the problem of worrying about missing out. So that is an actual thing. If we look up year to the 1 year chart, we're under a double now. We just barely went under. Looks like the stock came down a little bit from where it was. So, but look at the chart. I mean, the chart's just great. I mean, that's a spectacular chart. The Nasdaq's up 46%. So this would be the Nasdaq here, and then Triple Q is up here. So, and then this is what a 2 year chart looks like. 2 year chart, we've almost got a double in the Nasdaq, and we're up 4.5x, so 350%. If you look at the 5 year chart, it starts really getting away. So look at what the difference of this is. So if you would have invested 5 years ago and just put your money in TQQQ, you'd be up 17x. So that kind of makes me wonder what happens with the people that are behind in their investing. What can any person do? So I did a little something here. So my wife and I, we haven't been putting in our Roth account. So I think you can invest $7,000 if you're over 50, $6,000 otherwise. You can Google it and figure it out, but I'm going to go with 7,000 because I think we can both put 7,000 in our Roth each year because we're both over 50. So I'm going to use the lower of hers. So she's going to work until she can get Medicare, which is the situation a lot of people find themselves in. I know there is the FIRE movement. You can pay for insurance yourself. Maybe you can do Obamacare or whatever, but most normal people wait until Medicare for retirement. And then at our point at 53, maybe I'll change my tune if we hit some of our financial goals. But at this point, we're thinking that she's going to work for 12 more years. And then at 65, she'd be able to retire. And so my health insurance is on hers, and I'm working also, but right now I'm getting health insurance through her and just contracted for a day rate or for an hourly rate. So looking at this TQQQ, could we hit 12% what the market does? Obviously we could do that. This is assuming that we put the $7,000 in every year, and anybody in their 50s I think could do that. So we would look at at a regular market, what the market's been doing, 12%. We'd be looking at almost $500,000. So $439,000. That's just us putting in the $14,000 every year and accruing at 12%. So so that's all that's happening here. I don't know if you're a spreadsheet guy, then you know how to do this. Same thing here, but let's kick it up to 24%. And then let's say you just bought into TQQQ and it's done as well, or even partly as well as it's done, and you get triple the normal rate that it's been going. So you get 36%, which seems outrageous, but I mean that's what TQQQ's been doing. So if we went for this, then just with the 14 grand put in Roth, and Roth would actually be non-taxable at the end on what you took out. So we would go from 14,000 every year, put the 14,000 in, with 7,000 for each of us, which wouldn't be a stretch for us, I don't think. And then we'd end up with $2.8 million at 65, just in 12 years. So, so this is what this would show. So I think we're going to try to do that. I believe that in a Roth, you can put it in for the previous year until the tax date. So until 4/15, I think you can put it in for 2020, and then you could go ahead and put it in for 2021. So I think you can put it in for $14,000 for an individual. So I think we could go today and put $28,000 in and start new Roth accounts. So I think I'm gonna do that this year. So let's follow along and see what happens. And then I think what I'm gonna do is just invest in TQQQ and leave that to the side and just see how that goes. No trading, nothing. Just put it in TQQQ and see if we can get this. It'd be spectacular, 12%. If we got 24%, we'd be millionaires just on this account, and it'd be tax free, right? And then let's see if it really hits the 36% or more. You know, what if we went here and we did this, and it was, you know, more than this? So let's see. Let's see. It was the outrageous 48%. That'd be more like 7 million. So, well, actually, I'll just change this one. So it'd be like 7 million. So, any of these I think would be spectacular for anybody. I mean, you just put 14,000 in a year, and you get 439,000 at the end. If you did the TQQQ, you'd probably end up with more like $1 million. So, how many people can't do this? Can't put $500 a month in, get a side hustle, whatever. Of course, you'd have to do it for both spouses, but I don't think this is a stretch for people that really want to, you know, goose their savings. So, and another thing that I've given some thought is forget the 401k and just do the Roth, and that will give you enough income and you have more control, because you're not going to get these earnings within your 401k, because you're not going to be able to invest yourself. So still think it's probably pretty good for people to put in to get their match, because it's kind of like free money. But will you do better than that even then? Should you do the Roth, because the percentage that you're going to make is so much better if you invest in these triples, that you're going to overcome anything that you would get. Probably not. It's probably safer to go ahead and take free money. So I would take the match and then just do the rest of it in Roth. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. We'll see what the market's doing again. So we're up $1.38. We're up 1% today. So we missed out on this 1% here. Looks like we've traded up. We've traded up to 107. You know, whatever. So it looks like the market. I mean, the Nasdaq's still up 80 some points, and I just wondering if I catch a dip like this. Either way, I think I'm gonna just sit on my hands for a little bit. You hear me saying that, but it's really hard to when you're trying to make 1% a week or more, and then go a week and not make anything and wait for a pullback. I do think that if I saw an option today, then the market goes down, that I can get a better price. So I'll just wait until I get a little bit better price for my option. Let's go out and look at the options and see what they're trading at. So at 106, and I'm just looking on Yahoo. So at 106, if we're just looking at the puts, so let's see what the 10. I just don't know if I'd even do a 105. Maybe I'm getting a little skittish in my old age. Let's say you did a 102.50. So that would be down, what, 4 points? Let's say you did a 100. It lost 50% of their value this morning already. So, because it's going up. So I think I'm just gonna wait for these premiums to go up a little bit when we get something. We get some downside pressure. selling puts on a down day is better. So I think I'm just gonna wait for a down day. I wouldn't be scared to do this one. Maybe 100. Um, let's see, 95 is paying nothing basically, so you get 23 cents. So that's not nothing, but it's not a lot. I think this could go down 6 points. You know, we could get a little pullback and go down 6 points. I think you could go down to 100. You know, it hasn't been long that it's been down there. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at this morning. I don't like the premiums on here. I don't mind buying it and then just holding it if it gets put to me. So maybe today I'd look at the 100, the 105. Wow, it's just not paying. 1 point. You might just buy the common if you're going to do this because you get a small discount, but just not enough of a discount to. I mean, you're essentially really betting on holding the stock here. Because any little blip, 2 or 3 down for the week, then you're going to be putting the stock, which might be okay. I mean, you sit and hold it for a little bit. Might be all right. So the fear of missing out with this Dow going up and the Nasdaq going up might be at play here. Everything looks like it's roaring. People are talking about the market getting toppy. So I guess it depends on where you are on that. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna wait for a better entry this week though. So I might miss out on some points here. I will tell you that I've done this before, and it's usually been a mistake to stay out of the market for a few weeks. I didn't lose money by doing it, but I lost gain that I could have if I'd just stayed in the market. So take my experience for what it's worth, and that's just happened over the last few years on my trading. But I'm going to stick with my intuition this week. Sometimes what happens is I eventually relent. As soon as I do, boom, it does go down. So we'll see.